For the longest time, there's always been, in all shooters, two different classes of a class, or like a subclass. There's been the good subclasses and the bad subclasses. This is no different in PvZ. Some characters are very good, like Electro-P, H&P, Stunflower, and pretty much the entire core class. However, there's also been some very big stinkers as well. An example of this would be Iron Chomper, or actually most choppers, or Flame Face. Here for a better example, I guess. But today we're going to be looking at the Scientist class, a class that possibly, in my opinion, has the greatest divide of good character variants to bad character variants. But today we want to answer a highly debated question. Who is the shittest of the shit? Like, who is the worst scientist? This is my opinion based off of fact, and I've narrowed it down to either the physician or the archaeologist. Now, some of you may say Dr. Toxic, but I simply believe that Dr. Toxic is an a usable variant of the scientist class. However, these two classes are borderline. Well, all of them are kind of usable. However, these classes really are very, very hard to use. Sorry, I paused there for a second. They're barely usable. So, today we are going to go in an in-depth analysis and answer the question, who is the shittest of the shit? If you guys want this to be a series, I guess, let me know in the comments down below, and we'll do one for every class. Who is the shittest of the shit? Alright, so let's give a quick breakdown of the classes. Starting off with the Archeologist. He does 34 damage per shot with a rate of fire of 125 rounds a minute, dealing a spray damage of 17 with an ammo capacity of 14, with a reload speed of 1.6 seconds. His damage fall-off starts at 20 meters and ends at 50 meters. His projectile speed is 300 meters a second. His crit multiplier is 1.2. The upgrades on both of these characters will have the damage, reload speed, and ammo capacity upgrade, as those, in my opinion, are the best upgrades for these characters. Going on to the Physician, he does 63 damage per shot with a rate of fire of 80 rounds a minute. He has a 32.59 spray damage, which rounded up to 33, and has 7 ammo capacity. He has a similar, and by similar I mean the exact same 1.6 second fire rate. However, his damage fall off starts at 7 meters and ends at 20. He has a projectile speed of 300 meters as well, and he only has a crit multiplier. However, him being the electric variant, he does have chain lightning. His first chain lightning has a range of 10 meters and does 10 damage. His second chain lightning has 5 damage and a range of 8 meters. So, what are these classes' niche? So, as you all know, a class needs a niche. if the class doesn't serve any purpose, then there's no point of playing it. Like, for example, Agent P is a glass cannon. He can kill things very quickly. Some could argue that Law P is an assassin class, as even though he has a small clip size, he can take out small opponents relatively quickly. And some engineers can serve as crowd control due to their nice splash. But what do these characters, what are their purposes? Well, I would argue that the Archeologist, due to his high rate of fire, good clip size, and impressive damage drop-off for a scientist, would be more suited to a small removal hit-and-run kind of play style, as his good damage and high fire rate for a scientist make him very good for that role. However, the Physician is a nice crowd control. Although his lightning damage is minimal, it can help get rid of pockets and potted plants easily. So, who is worse and why? Well, the Physician has a very slow rate of fire, which makes him less suited for close-range engagements. However, the Archeologist has laughable damage, and if you're not getting direct shots, there's a very low chance that he will actually be able to win most engagements. So, what is my verdict? My opinion on the subject, because you didn't just come here to listen to my opinions. I mean, you came here to listen to my opinions, not just tell facts. If you did that, you would have went to the site. Who is worse and why? In my opinion, I simply think it is the Physician. Although Archeologist's damage is, what's the word? Horrible. The Physician's slow rate of fire really just doesn't help him, really hinders him a lot, as there's not really much he can do, especially against high fire rate classes like Corns or high damaging classes like Agent P, as he will usually get decimated. It also doesn't help that as a scientist, he has a very, very small health pool. So, yeah, that's about it for this analysis video. I guess, if you guys want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments down below, and I guess just enjoy the rest of this gameplay. Do the usual, like, comment, subscribe, and, bye!